Alright, let's continue with our graphing calculator exercise. We're going to try to solve questions 2 and questions 3, which actually end up being quite easy using the calculator if you're in the calculator section. The first thing I want to tell you, just for your reference, like I said, it's better to use the documents than the scratch pad, which you find once again to show you on the home page it has the scratch pad up here. I wouldn't use it. I'd always use a document, so I'm going to go back to current. And just to let you know, if you mistakenly made like 2 calculator pages, or I don't know, there's a page you don't want to use, like let's say the stat page, I'm going to hit Control right, and let's say the stat page, we're done with it. This is what we used in problem 1. We don't need it anymore, not that it's really getting in our way or anything, but just to kind of show you how you could do this, if you go to Dock button, you click this button, you can see, you get this menu that comes up. If you go to Page Layout, click right, and go to Delete Page, you just click Delete Page, and bam, that page goes away. So we no longer have that stat page, and, in case you're getting too much clutter, that could help you out a bit. So questions 2 and 3 are finding an integral and finding a derivative of an pretty ugly function, x squared times cosine x times natural log of x. Now, for this problem, we have cosine x. Usually when you're taking, doing calculus with trig functions, where we're doing everything in terms of radians. So just to make sure we have it in radians, I'm going to click the home button. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to the settings page. Once again, we're going to general. We're not dealing with the graphs right now. We're going to go to general, and right now you can see my angle's in degree. I don't want that. I want it to be in radians. So click it in radians, and there we go. So now my angle is in radians. Now I will go down till I get the, hold on a second. There we go. I got the box on the OK. Click OK. Now I know my calculator's set to radians. I'm good to go. I'm going to go to current, and that takes me to the calculator page I have here. So it's really easy. Once again, like I said, most things that you'd want to do you could find using your menu button. I want to take the integral from 1 to 8 of x squared cosine x natural log of x dx. It couldn't be easier. Watch. I go to menu, hit the menu button, and I go to calculus, because this is a calculus problem. I click right, I go to numerical integral. I click numerical integral, and look at that, it's set up exactly as you would want it. So I put a 1 down there, I press the up button a couple times, I put an 8 up top. Over here I put the function, you just use the letters here, x squared times, your trig functions are over here. If I click trig and you look at the page, I could choose between whatever trig functions I want. I want cosine, and then of course I'm taking cosine of x, so click that. And then you can see the natural log button, so I'll click times, and I click control, right above the x, natural log, and then I click x. Make sure I typed everything correctly. Yep, so far so good. Oh, no, it's not. I should have looked at it. Look, I'm putting the natural log inside the cosine, so that's fine. I'll just delete all this stuff, and then make sure I go to the right on the outside of the cosine, right? Always be careful. So now let me do this again. Times natural log of x, and that looks better. Now I'm going to put an x where the dx goes. So let me do that. Click x, and there we go. So now I'm going to click the enter button, and you could see, bam, gives you your answer. Easy as that, okay? If you're in the calculator section, you could use the calculator. No need to get harder than necessary, okay? Unless they specify things like don't use a calculator, give an exact value or something of that sort. The assumption is you could use the calculator. Now number 3, same exact idea. It's finding the derivative of x squared cosine x natural log x at x equals 3 using your calculator. Well, once again, if you just go to menu, the menu button, I'm just clicking it down there, I go down to calculus, I go to numerical derivative at a point, and it's going to give me the things I want to happen. So what do I want to happen? Well, first of all, the variable we're going to use is x, so you just leave x there, and it's going to say what value do I want to find the derivative at. And for this problem, I want it to be 3. And you could also, if you wanted to, find the first derivative or the second derivative at a point, which, could be quite valuable. So you want to keep an eye on that. So now I click OK, and what happens is it sets up the it sets up my calculator section pretty much how I want to. I now have to put in the function I'm taking the derivative of. Well, that function is exactly what we have up there, that x squared cosine x natural log of x. So I could type that all again, or well, what I'm doing now is I'm just clicking up here, and I don't think this will make, like at this point I could press enter and this is what it'll put in the box, but I don't think it makes our job much easier because we have that integration sign anyway, so I'll just type it all again. Easy enough. X squared times, let's let you watch it in action, cosine x times, sorry, this is difficult. Difficult to do the way I'm setting things up. So natural log of x. Alright, you have that. So we press enter, and there you go. Right, so it gives you what the derivative would be at 3. So that answers question 2 and 3 on this sheet. So the next video will show how to answer question 4 using the TI-Nspire. See you soon.